I just can't say enough how grateful we are, and thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
So.
I applied to Farm Rescue because I realized that I could not expect my neighbors to come in here and help me, because nowadays everybody they buy the equipment size for their operation, and most people it's such a tremendous investment in money, putting the crop in the ground, and time, that everybody has to take care of their own acres or they'll be in trouble themselves. You know, you can't expect them to be planting your crop when they should be planting their crop. It's really the truth. And so I thought, you know, we maybe better apply for that in case we need it. You know, farmers, of course, are kind of an independent bunch, and, you know, but sometimes you just gotta swallow hard and forget your pride and allow someone to help you, really, is what it comes down to. You got to set your priorities. I'm a detail guy. I have always, you know, in farming, I've felt it's the little things. It's the details that kill you. If you do the details right, things go good. But if you forget the details, you know, so subsequently it's sort of difficult for me to let go. And I was very pleased with the job that you guys did, or Farm Rescue did. It really, Bill Gross told me that they would do it pretty much just the way I did it, and it's a little embarrassing to say, but I'm inclined to think they might have done a little better job, actually. It really worked well. Of course, the weather cooperated. You know, I understood that. I don't have that kind of equipment, but I know what it's capable of. I understand the concepts. And then when you mentioned, I believe it was you or one of the ladies mentioned to me that, you know, that you had retired farmers running the equipment and stuff, and people that were knowledgeable. Yeah, that's pretty important, because otherwise you don't have the same sense for the whole thing, you know. So that was great. You can trust these guys from Farm Rescue to do the right thing. I certainly, that's been my experience. And as far as, you know, people wanting to sponsor this, businesses or local businesses or whatever, you know, it's like this one neighbor of mine over here said, if things don't change, we're all going to look like further west, let's put it that way, where there's less and less people. And if that's the kind of communities that you want out here, well, then just forget about Farm Rescue. But because it is, every family has these challenges. I don't care if you live in the city or out in the country, you still are going to have times where you can't do everything you want to do. So if you know, to me it's you know, if you're making a living off of agriculture or whatever, it's really the right thing to try to help out with this type of thing in a financial way, if nothing else.
Well, we really needed Farm Rescue because I have a very serious case of cancer, and it necessitated immediate therapy. During this planting time, my husband and I actually had to travel to Mexico because my cancer had worsened, and so if I was to live, I had to do something more. And so we were way down there, and this was taking place here. And actually we were there for about 3.5 weeks. So it was very different, just thinking about the crops, thinking about what's going on back here, and we're down there. For my husband, that is not like him to be able to let go of his crop. It's like his baby. What they did takes my husband several weeks, and you know, the crop is in. This is a total gift, and basically, you know, it allowed him to be with me during this time, and it's drastically cut down the workload for him, so he can actually continue to help me. So I actually have the hope of getting better, which I'm positive about. So it's just a wonderful thing. Really, I see it as a total gift.
The way we heard about Farm Rescue was actually in the local newspaper. It's called the Classy Canary. I was reading the ads, and then I seen it, and I didn't think it really applied to me. And then I talked to my wife about it and showed her the article, and we kind of thought it was maybe we have a good idea to have in reserve in case something got a little worse. You know, I really would like to thank, you know, Farm Rescue and the volunteers that take the time out of their life to do this for people like us. That's really, really amazing. You know, so many people think I want to go on a fishing trip, or I want to go here, I want to go there, but apparently this is what they're doing for their some of their free time, which is really, really great. I'd certainly like to thank the sponsors that provide the financing to do this, like, you know, Walmart and Bremer Bank, and I saw that Seeds 2000 was sponsoring, and it looked like they had quite a group of people that are still interested in the family farm, which is great. Really good to see. Well, Johnson Fertilizer, my understanding is what happened here. Of course, I wasn't even here, which is remarkable, but they provided real support to Farm Rescue, hands-on support, I suppose you could call it. They brought out the seed with the tender and kept the planter going round the clock. My understanding is they brought out seed in the middle of the night or 3 in the morning or whatever, whenever they needed it. And on a big operation like this, where they're trying to keep things going and get as many people done as possible, it's nice. Would keep it running 24 hours a day, you get twice as much done. But you need somebody to help you with that. So that was great they did that. I really didn't. I don't know if I didn't have time to worry about it, but I really wasn't worried about it. I figured this is the way it is, you know. And so, no, it worked out really great. It really did. That's the honest truth.